Hello, welcome to the Steel Studio Podcast. It's just me, Rick, this week. Please subscribe. You guys are great. Give us your thoughts. Go to Steel Studio page, group. Actually, there's a page and a group on Facebook. We are on Instagram as well, Twitter. Hey, man, Steelers blew it last week. We needed them to win that game, but if we're going to lose a game, it's NFC team. It's fine. We did come back. A lot of teams would never been down 29-0 and come back and almost win like we did. But, man, on that last drive, Freiermuth was held on that last play. I don't know if you saw that. If you go back and watch it, he was held right before he went to the end zone. They should have called it, but they didn't. They let him play. Sometimes you got to let him play, I guess, and we should have never put ourselves in that position. We could not stop the run. We did not think Cook was going to play. I'm telling you, it was a short week. And they just gashed us, man. But the second half, we did stop the run, which was good. And there were guys that stepped up in that game. And I want to call those guys out. It sucks losing, but, we're 6-6-1. That's not 3-9. It's not 2-10. We have our faults, but so does everybody else. We have our warts, but so does everybody else. We've been saying that the whole year, man. But now is the time. It's December. It's time to get it going, and this team can compete with anybody. We can beat anybody if we can just turn a few simple things around, which I'm going to discuss today. But the players I thought played really hard were Ben, of course. Ben has been out of this world. Ben has 12 or more passes of 20 yards in the last 5 games. There's only one other quarterback in the league that has more than that, and that's Aaron Rodgers. So this talk about Ben being done, Ben can't throw, Ben can't play anymore is all bull. And I think that he could possibly come back next year, and I hope he does. I hope we draft a quarterback and Ben, or get a Watson or somebody, and Ben comes back one more year. I would love that, man. I would love that. The other players I thought stepped up were Pat Freiermuth. The kid really took it hard that he didn't score. He took that so hard, but it's okay. It's okay. He's going to be a player for a long time on this team, man. They compared him to Heath Miller when he came out, and a lot of people said, oh, no way, no way. But I think he's going to actually be better than Heath. Sorry, Heath, but I do. And Heath knows it too. I think Minka stepped up. Played great. It wasn't his fault, man. And that was not a penalty on that touchdown that they called him a pass interference. That was a picture-perfect play by him, and we got screwed again there. Once again, we put ourselves in that position. I thought Taco played well. Taco had a lot of pressure, man. He may not have gotten sacks, but he was in there, and he had a lot of pressure, and he's just going to get better. I think we bring him back next year as a third linebacker. Najee plays hard, man. We were losing 20-0. That guy's running his ass off. Najee is a keeper. I don't want to hear this bull crap about we shouldn't have drafted him. I love the kid, man. But, as we talked about, those are the guys I think that really stepped up. And Witherspoon, 2 interceptions, man. I want to see more of this guy. Even if Hayden comes back, I want to see maybe put Witherspoon on the other side and put Cam Sutton in the slot where he should have been the whole season. He's just as good in the slot, if not better than Hilton, in my opinion. That's where he should be because he's thinking too much on the outside. He's a thinker, that guy. But I think that's what we need to do. We need to switch some things up. And Tomlin said this week, no stone unturned. It's time to turn some stones over, man. This is pathetic and disappointing. We are good. We are just as good as these other teams if we just get these few things together, man. Ben gives us a chance to win in every game. He gives us a chance to win every game. So my point that I was making, that I was going to say, the way that we could turn this around, in my opinion, is start out fast. When you get behind 20-0, 10-0, teams are going to run the ball on you more. They're going to blitz more. They take more chances. We get the lead 20-0, 17-0. Start out with a no huddle. Start the game with Ben calling the plays, running the no huddle. Let's get a lead. Then we can run the damn ball. Then we can control the clock. Let them have to put the pressure on them to come back. They're not going to run the ball because they're going to be behind. And that's one way to stop it. Another way is change up the defense. Change up the damn scheme. Put 4 defensive linemen on there to stop it. We have good enough guys in the back end to cover. It's got to be better than this, man. Get that run stopped, and people will quit going to it because they're just lining up, putting extra guys in the line more than we have against our scheme, and running down our throat. Just change up the defense. You can do it. They do it in high school. They do it in youth. I don't want to hear that you can't change up the defense mid-season because we don't practice. These are professionals. I'm calling out the coaches, man. I think it's mostly your fault. And I don't want to hear about Claypool. Claypool's a good player, and that was stupid what he did. But it really, when you go back and watch it, it was only like 2 seconds. It did not make a difference. That is not why we lost. I still believe in him, and I think he'll be good. So on to the Tennessee Titans. That's who we play this week. And it's just me talking because Mike's not here. I'm going to do the best I can. I don't know. Tennessee, to me, is a team that's very beatable. They have struggled, especially lately. Tannehill has struggled since his guy's been out. Derrick Henry, the biggest player on the team, Derrick Henry. He's struggled since then. And their defense, they've also given up 37 sacks, man. That's a lot. We've given up 33. We know what our line is. Their line must be worse than ours. I think what's happened is Tannehill is having to carry a team himself now, and he can't do it. He's not a franchise quarterback. He's decent, probably a step below Cousins, but he's not a franchise quarterback. So what's happening is he's holding the ball, he's running around, he's getting sacked more. They don't have receivers either. No A.J. Brown. I think the other guy, Julio Jones, is coming back, but he's a shell of himself. Take him away. Stop the run, damn it, because they're going to try it. They're going to line up with fucking extra people on the line and try to run down our throats. Stop that run. Maybe Carlos Davis will help. And we should blow them out. And they're pretty good against the run. I don't know if we'll be able to run much on them. Maybe not to start, like I said, but you can throw all over them, especially on the outside. Their corners are not good. So we should be able to throw all over them. We just got to protect them a little better. I'd put Joe Hagan there. Let's get some veterans in there. Enough of this pussyfooting around. If Green can't snap the ball and Green can't handle his man, put Haas in there. Give somebody else a chance at center then. Haas, every time I've seen him play, he's been fine. Average at least, and this other guy is not. I love Green. I think he's a good player. He could be a good player someday, but he's just not ready. Why would we even do that? That was our biggest mistake, in my opinion, on the offensive line, was not having a veteran center. We could have signed Alex Mack. We could have signed somebody like that until this guy was ready. We didn't, and it is what it is. It's where we're at, and if these still young guys can still play better than they did last week. Look at this, man. Steelers right here. Anyway, I think we can actually beat Tennessee. And if we beat Tennessee, then I'm not too scared of Kansas City, even though Mahomes can beat you himself. We know that. But, we can go there and have a little Christmas miracle and surprise everybody. Because they can't run the ball like they don't have a Cook. They don't have a Mixon. Those guys just are slashers. And hopefully Carlos, we're counting a lot on some of these guys coming back. Hopefully they can make a difference on the defensive line. We do have one guy out. Adams is out this week, so that sucks. I thought he played pretty decent, but he's very inconsistent. He overshoots and guys run past him. You got to hold the line and stay back too. You can't just overshoot every play. So he's learning too, and that's why he was on like he was out there. I think John Simon was a great signing. And I hope they activate him because he'd be very good against the run. He'd be very good as a 3 or a 4. Him and Taco in there, And I love Tuska, but another kid that I think is a practice squad kid right now. He's not ready. He plays hard, but he's just not ready. Tennessee's, like I said, they're about average, or middle of the pack against the run, middle of the pack against the pass. But since they've lost Henry, they're 3-2, but they've had such an easy schedule. They got blown out by New England. And last week they beat a depleted Jacksonville team. It's just terrible. And Jacksonville had 4 turnovers, and they still only won 20-0. So I'm telling you, I think this is the week we got to get together. We need to, because if we lose this week, it's going to be tough, man, because we're going to have to win in Kansas City, and I don't want that to happen. So, guys, I think we can beat this team. I think Deontay has a great day. I think Freiermuth has like 1 or 2 touchdowns, and Najee runs the ball in the fourth quarter, and they won't be able to stop it. and we were embarrassed again. I think we come back not on a short week. We play more like we did against the Ravens, and this division is wide open. Wide open. Who knows what's going to happen with Cleveland and the Raiders? Cleveland should win that game, but then they got Green Bay. They're at us, and then they have Cincinnati at home last game. They could lose all three of those. The Ravens are depleted. The Ravens have Green Bay this week, the Rams at the Bengals, and then us. So they could lose all three of those before us. If that happens, we might have a chance for the division. As far as the Bengals, probably the most stable team. They're just very inconsistent. They play at Denver. If they win that, I think they win the division and make the playoffs. If they don't, they could be in trouble because then they come home, play Kansas City, and then they play the Ravens, but I think they'll win that game. That'll be their 8th win. But then they go to Cleveland. I think that'll be their 9th win. But if we win 9 games and they have 9 games, we win the division based on the tie. We have 9.5. I think 9.5 will get us in. 3 out of 4 will get us in, but we got to do it. We can't sit around and lose any more games. We put ourselves in this position again. This is what we said before the season we thought would happen. We would play around 500 and bring it on December, but we didn't know. I didn't know that Tua was going to be out, Alualu was going to be out, Juju was going to be out. We thought all those guys would be better. We thought the young O-line would stay healthier and gel by now. That hasn't happened. But Ben has actually played better than I kind of thought he might. But I knew he wasn't done. So keep the faith, Steeler Nation. Enjoy this game. Just enjoy it. Let's have fun. And hopefully they'll play these games. They won't get canceled and nothing like that. No one canceled when our guys were sick. So let's play the games. Tell me what your thoughts are. And Mike will be back next week. Subscribe and love you guys. Go Steelers. Go Steelers.